What makes a leader truly powerful? Is it the title they hold or the respect they earn? Have you ever wondered why some leaders inspire unwavering loyalty while others struggle with dissent? More to the point, have you ever considered the difference between power and authority? Hey, everybody, welcome to the Pursuit of Value podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Hamaker. And today we're unpacking one of the most critical and often misunderstood aspects of leadership. And that's the difference between power and authority. And I love this topic. I can talk on this for days. We'll explore where power comes from, why authority matters, and how to walk the fine line between using both ethically and effectively. First, let's get something straight. Power and authority are not the same thing. Power is the ability to influence or control others, whether through expertise, charisma, or even coercion. Authority, on the other hand, is the legitimate right to make decisions and expect compliance granted to you by an organization, title, or society. Power is what we see most of. Most people don't understand authority, specifically in business leadership. Think of it this way: power is about what you can do, while authority is about what you should do. When a leader relies solely on power through intimidation or unchecked charisma, it might get short term results, but it often comes at the cost of the team trust and morale. Now, power is easy, authority is hard. Power is easy to do because you can just do it through intimidation, but to garner authority, that takes time, that takes respect. On the flip side, true authority is earned, not demanded. It's built on a foundation of trust, respect, and credibility. Effective leaders know how to balance the two, creating organizations that don't just function but thrive. All right, so where does power come from? Power takes many forms: expertise, positional power, or even relational power based on your network. You can have power just from a personality. A very strong personality will wield power. But the key question is this: are you using your power to lift others up or to control them? Here's an example. Have you ever worked with someone who had no official title but managed to sway the entire team's opinion? That's power without authority. It's influence based on charisma or expertise. But what happens if that power is misused? While power is a valuable tool, leaders who rely on it too heavily often alienate their teams. People may follow out of fear or obligation, but never out of respect. And that brings us to our next point, and that's understanding authority as a tool for leadership. Authority is what gives you the formal right to lead. It's the manager who runs the department or the CEO steering the ship. But here's the catch: authority doesn't just guarantee respect or effectiveness. Just having the title isn't enough. Authority becomes powerful when it's paired with actions that inspire trust. This means clear communication, showing integrity, and putting your team's well being first, even when it's hard. Think of a newly promoted manager who hasn't earned the respect of their team yet. They have the title, they have the authority, but no real power to influence effectively. That's why authority without action is at best ineffective and at worst damaging. I once worked in an environment led by a leader who was incredibly charismatic and outgoing, a true people person who could effortlessly command a room, and he was so funny. However, he was also a people pleaser, constantly seeking validation and attention. When it came to making tough or unpopular decisions, he would avoid making a firm stance, often playing both sides to maintain his likability. While everyone liked him, no one truly respected him. His authority was derived solely from his title, not from his actions or leadership. Over time, the team grew tired of the fun, likable guy persona and began to crave genuine leadership. Now, in contrast, the second in command was not particularly outgoing, but was highly business minded and principled. He led with integrity, prioritizing the organization's best interests over his personal popularity. What stood out was the respect the team had for him. It was a natural respect. Unlike the leader, he commanded natural authority, which was earned through his actions and values. All right, now here's the tricky part: balancing power and authority ethically, because when these tools are misused, we've seen the consequences. It can get really ugly. Think about organizations led by fear, teams that focus more on avoiding mistakes than innovating. This is what I call playing tight. And if you've played team sports growing up, you know what this means. The team is so locked up about making a mistake, they can never be free to thrive. You have to give people freedom to make mistakes. It's more valuable than you think. You will learn more by mistakes than you will success. The best leaders use power responsibly to complement their authority. They empower their teams, encourage collaboration, and hold themselves accountable. Now, a few challenges arise here. Let's take a look. Flattened hierarchies. Modern teams are more flat and more collaborative. Leaders must earn trust by prioritizing transparency and shared decision making, and you got to hold everybody accountable. And then there's autonomy versus control. Too much autonomy can dilute authority, but the lack of it stifles innovation. Set clear expectations while fostering accountability. And then adapting to change. Disruptive technologies and evolving team dynamics challenge authority. Commit to lifelong learning and adaptability. And then trust building. Trust must be earned through empathy, consistent actions, and delivering on promises. The leadership magic happens when you earn trust, use it to reinforce your team's confidence, not control them. Remember, respect is a two-way street, and it starts with you as the leader. Now, let's bring these lessons to life with two real-world examples. Number one, the misuse of power. Picture a CEO who micromanages their team, expecting constant updates while undermining their autonomy. The result, a stifling, high turnover environment. Number two, combining authority and power. Contrast this with a project manager who takes time to listen to their team's pain points and empowers them to find solutions. Not only do they achieve stellar outcomes, but they foster loyalty and innovation. It frees people up, freedom and allowance to make mistakes. Here's the takeaway. Leadership isn't just about exercising power or delegating authority. It's about earning respect and inspiring growth. All right. To all the leaders listening, to all the business owners, entrepreneurs, here's the key takeaway. Power can make things happen, but authority makes things sustainable. Respect isn't just granted because of a title. It's earned through integrity, clear communication, and consistent actions. I encourage you to reflect on your own leadership. Are you relying too much on power? Or are you building the authority needed for long-term trust and success? If today's episode resonated with you, subscribe to the Pursuit of Value podcast to keep growing your leadership skills. For more insights and resources, visit thepovpodcast.com. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, great leadership is about creating value for your team, your business, and yourself. Thank you to our sponsor, Boost USA, a project management and professional services consultancy. Be sure to check them out at bu-st.com. We'll see you next time.